What's going on, y'all? This is Jared giving you what you need, news interviews from the Lanyard Legends podcast. Welcome back, y'all. Today on the show, we'll be interviewing a fellow alum from one of the greatest institutions in New Orleans area, from Brother Martin High School, home of Crusaders. You know what I'm saying? I got to shout out, the alma mater. People like to hate on it, but you know what I'm saying? Brother Martin, home of excellence. Some people just can't get in. So they gotta go to other schools that they can't get in now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another time in the story. All right. So this is Phillip Brock. We went to high school together. But welcome to the show, sir.
I appreciate you having me, man. Truly humbled to be able to be a part of what you got going on, man. I appreciate having you on the show, man.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. All right. So tell my viewers a little bit about yourself. Where you from, what you do. Let's get it popping.
All right, cool. Well, you gave a nice little introduction and a break in as the alumni where I come from. Brother Martin, class of 2000 is what I'm writing. Actually, right now I'm the CEO of Positive Minds, Positive Movement, which is a 501 nonprofit organization that's basically a prison prevention, prison reform program. Cater to minorities to reduce the incarceration rate of minorities, dealing with the individual community, be it, from all aspects, outreach, the whole 9 yards, youth, outreach in the community, on the streets, you name it, we doing it. We're a complete wraparound system, wraparound service from the men on the ground and everything.
All right. That was a good introduction. So, all right, let's get right into it. So, what is Positive Minds, Positive Movement? What made you want to start that?
So basically, Positive Minds, Positive Movement came about due to the fact of, me have a positive promotion. I can think about the things of life and the things that we deal with in life, it's all tailored lessons of we learned. So with a positive mindset of all the things that I encounter, that's basically where I came about with the positive mindset for the positive movement. The things that we encounter in life, we're promoting belief and wisdom. You see the super P standing for whatever positive that comes to mind, be it pride, be it passion, be it power, be it praise. The objective of it is to implement, respect the community, display what's necessary for faith and belief, and also having individuals understand the things in which they encounter in life is basically the knowledge obtained to gain the wisdom or a positive perspective to be able to learn from the lessons in life and move for a positive outcome for us, however it may go, on whatever ramification, be it from the sporting world, from the corporate world, whatever you name it, school, whatever you name it. This program, Positive Minds, Positive Movement Academy Foundation, is basically predicated for fundamental achievement success training. FAST standing for fundamental athletic skills training, fundamental academic skills training, and also fundamental achievement success training. And that program coming from the mindset of the health backings and more that sporting aspects of being able to handle the adversities of life.
All right, cool. So you start these organizations, nonprofit organizations. So what made you get into the training and mental health arena? Like, what pushed you?
So as far as what made me mental health arena, oh man. So maybe back in 2000, well, probably getting into the ramification of things, actually in hospitality. I've been in service about my entire life, when it comes down to being of service to someone and being help them with their needs and that nature. That's always been something that's been near and dear to my heart. So the mental health piece came in about, and a friend of mine called by the name of Frederick Walker God bless me, because he really put me in position to be able to learn the ins and outs of the business when it comes down to the psychosocial world. You know, at the time I was working in maybe 2 or 3 hotels as a waiter, as bartending, just whatnots in hospitality downtown Orleans. But gave me a call, and we wound up sitting down having a conversation about life. And before I knew it, he was offering me a job. At the time, like I said, I had 2 or 3 hotels. So I was like, oh man, I don't know about that. I don't think I'm gonna have the time to be able to do it and fit within my schedule with everything going on. So he's like, man, look, I'm telling you, man, you'll be great at it, man. You're a people's person. You speak straight up, and you got a lot to offer. So I jumped into it. When I jumped into it, my first caseload, I had about 12 kids. Man, come on, what I'm gonna do? Straight from to dealing with kids, So it was like, all right, is this what you really want to do? But as I got into it, I realized and learned that my gift is to be able to help others identify their issues, and through them being able to speak what they're attempting to deal with. It gave me an opportunity to articulate to them what it was that it was for them to understand how to deal with the things that they were dealing with. So it was a true blessing in disguise. I started off as a community support specialist working in. They had about 12 kids. From the community support specialist, then became the compliance officer. Well, like, how you did that? From being a life coach to being a compliance officer. Well, I found the joy in being able to build a rapport with individuals. And the individuals that we had over at the time, we had about 130 clients with about maybe 13 or 14 clinicians. Some clinicians weren't as savvy enough to get the cooperation of the clients. And fortunate enough, I was a little bit more savvy to be able to do so. So that ended up in the compliance officer role. And as I did, it was like a park. Once I got into compliance and the entire organization opened up from the point of every individual that came through the organization, I would have an opportunity to speak to them, I would meet them, and it got to the point to where as though I went from compliance officer to basically, the executive director, second in charge over right under the owner, just due to the fact that of the work that was put in. Being able to, just through the work and learning on the run, being to manage and be advisor of over 20 clinicians. Once I got to the point of it being executive, we went from, like I said, 100 or so clients to almost 200 clients, and adding on to a location in Baton Rouge. And even with that same in Baton Rouge, me going back and forward and playing both New Orleans and Baton Rouge, giving me an opportunity to see what's necessary in the community. And quite naturally, a lot of the things that are with the Mind's Positive Movement are tailored around some of the things that were entitled with Walker Family Services, is because if you sit back and you think about it, when you look at a mental health, from a mental health perspective, people hear it and shy away from it. Even I did it prior to learning more and more about it for the need in which it is very much so here in New Orleans for mental health, not New Orleans. Got into it and learning all the ins and outs of it, I realized that, it's a need and the things that I have to offer are wide and beyond being that, okay, I'm already in New Orleans. I'm a New Orleans native. I considered myself even back with speaking 8 years ago now, even back then as an advocate of the community and wanting to be able to leave an imprint in the community in the works that I've done displayed throughout the community. So that was definitely a step for me into the mental health aspect of things. On top of being able to coach, that's something that I did back in 2008 prior to uh, starting into the mental health aspect of things. So when you look back at it, man, getting into mental health, it was kind of that chose me. A lot of things you don't really get the opportunity to choose just due to the fact that that big fella up above, he's always had the plans in mind for us. It's just on us trying to identify what those are. And I feel as though, me working in the community and working with the community from whatever aspect, in encouragement and inspiring and teaching, it's all within the purpose of what I'm here, to be able to display morals, to be able to display ethics, to be able to, more or less be a man of God and display that without any flaws is heard of. It's not too many individuals who deal on both sides. Like when I say both sides, I went to brother. I had the opportunity to attend, as we say,
There you
one
go.
of the most
There you go.
prestigious
What school? What school that
institutions.
was again? What school that was again?
Brother Martin.
There you go.
Most prestigious schools in New Orleans. So, but at the time, I came up in some of the most challenging areas of New Orleans. So
Right.
with having the opportunity to be educated in a high school setting, elementary setting, because my Catholic school career is basically what I've had. Understanding the basic needs, was driven into me, with understanding the basic needs from that structure that was put in place. That's when I found out I'm where I'm supposed to be, even with all the struggles, even with all the challenges, even with everything that I've encountered. The list goes on, man. Like from the things that I've accomplished, the things that I've done to where I am now, it's nothing compared to where I'm going with this movement. And like I said, this movement is bigger than me, man. I've actually walked away maybe a year and a half ago. I was actually a gold member in sales leadership uh, with Honda. So I
Okay.
was in car sales for a while. I was consecutively 2 years consecutively. I was still member of leadership with council. And my final year, I reached gold. And when I reached gold, had some things in life from me having to reset, and here we are for the reset.
For sure. Okay. All right. Let's talk about your athletic camps. You want to talk about each different one and why did you start them?
Try it one more time for me. You broke up a
Okay.
little bit for me.
Oh, sorry about that. I was saying, I said let's talk about your athletic camps. Um, you want to talk about that? Why you started them? How they impact the community, and what's the point besides just training?
So as far as the sports training and things of that nature, how I got into that.
Yeah, and why
Okay,
you started
so
those camps?
basically what occurred once the pandemic occurred, right? Fast Basketball Academy has been operating for about a decade now. They've been operating out of Slidell, out of Mandeville, also out of the Desire Center. So the organization is fundamental athletic skills training. Carlo and who's a graduate of Carver, George Washington Carver High School, and the University of New Orleans, where he played basketball there. And also Ryan Brock, the off the block, my brother, who's a state champion holder of those Crusaders, who had that nice run back in the early 2000s or whatever.
Are you talking about when we won back-to-back basketball championships and we dominated, right?
Yeah, yeah. That right there. So the guy who hit that game-winning three-pointer in one of those playoff games to go to state. That's my big brother. But they've been in the community doing some things for quite some time, and I got the opportunity to tail in with my experience with football on the end of the basketball field. So that was the whole idea prior to the entire coming about. It was all about fast basketball, fast football, fundamental athletic skills. That was the entire hit then which we were going. As I got out into the world of training and things of that nature, I seen that it was far more of a need than just the athletic part of it. This is my second time around with something as such. In 2010, 2009, 2010, I was an associate executive director of New Orleans Sports School, which worked with inner city youth, 5 through 14-year-olds, teaching them life skills and sports development. That I am back then ran out of Tulane University and UNO. And this is off of it because now the same things that I've done in the past are to the present with full circling due to the fact that, okay, now I have the sporting things because I've done the New Orleans Sports School. I played ball my whole life. My entire family is an athletic family. So understanding the adversities and the terms of dealing with adversity just through sports alone is one of my key components for success and being able to navigate through the barriers of life. So moving forward from New Orleans Sports School and then bringing in that intricate piece of the behavior health standings and understanding the importance of something as simple as emotions, responding versus reacting, building confidence, the things that basically tailor our curriculum around being implemented, the behavior health standards, because it was absolutely necessary any type of success on any kind of level. And putting it all together is almost bulletproof, because just off of that same curriculum in which we have in place for fundamental achievements of training, it's lessons well beyond just sports that are being taught. We have communication, understanding, decision making, self-talk, building confidence, refraining from negative thinking, toxic relationship, positive relationship, positive. It's more or less, we get in from the standpoint, okay, you coach, right?
Yeah, I coach. Yeah, I coach multiple teams. Yeah,
and
for
you have
my
to coach
kids.
every kid different.
Yeah.
You understand? And with coaching every kid different, every kid doesn't have the same issue, but they can be every issue needs to be addressed to every kid, because they have those issues, they will introduce to issues just because of the society in which we're in. We have everything by a touch of a button now. So with having everything by a touch of a button, it's harder to even parent now due to the fact of just that. Technology is amazing, man, but it does make it tougher for us parent and get a grasp of what's going on with our kids. Like you said, with society now, hey, we can send them on their way. As long as they're quiet, we good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a lot
Exactly.
of times, these things that we expect is the moral perspective, from the ethic perspective, or the things that a lot of parents aren't even installing today. So when I say these topics are necessary at whatever level, be it corporate, be it high school, be it college prep, be it elementary, this is something that had me as a parent and utilized in my household just from simple attitude adjustments. Just off of, okay, are you being positive or are you being negative? Is your attitude a positive attitude or is it a negative attitude? So it relates to anything and everything moving forward in life. Because if I'm, even in coaching aspect, if I'm coaching and I'm demanding to be done and a kid isn't reacting, I can use any one of these words. I can use any one of these three words, be it respect, belief, or wisdom, to get what's necessary out of those individuals. If I use respect, if I'm giving you something and you're not responding to me, hey, I use an example as simple as, okay, explain any kind of respect to me. Is that from a positive or a negative perspective? Or you showing any kind of belief in anything that I know, or any of the which I obtain. So once again, that mindset is we're attempting to transition with the delivery of communication
Okay.
all the way across the board.
So let me ask you this. So what do you do when you have a player who is not what's the word I'm looking for? Not responding to what you're trying to teach them, or they have attitude? How do you get through that player?
So every player, every individual has the ability to shut down, and every individual has the ability to shine and forward to flourish, to thrive forward. Period. So with a kid who attempts to shut down, you can't force it out of them. Just have to attempt to encourage them as best as possible. And the way that I encourage, my whole intensity level in our group sets, in our training sessions and things of that nature, all we do is encourage each other. It's competition, but the competition is you compete with yourself. That's the only person that you compete. So I think within I may have had maybe 4 or 5 encounters to where they didn't work out and I expected them to work out. But every individual, every situation is handled differently. It's no one thing that can be the solution. It's
Gotcha.
never the thing that's the solution. Because it could be a kid having a bad day. It could be something not
Right.
related to sports, not related to trading. It could be something more, because you got to think about it. I've dealt with so many individuals with so many different underlying issues, to where though the sporting side of it is just a plus.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I've
Yeah.
dealt with individuals who've literally, hey, if I can't get nothing, you can't really say 2 words to me. Like, hey, coach, dog, I ain't slept in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I've
Mhm.
dealt with individuals who have had shutdowns and breaks due to issues of life. And when it comes down to teaching and coaching those individuals, it's more of the relationship that's necessary to be able to build that respect, to be able to gain that respect for a kid to respond to you. I'm not a coach. I'm an individual that throws things on you without me doing. You know what I mean? So with me, it's kind of easy for me to get kids to react to me because the things that they think that they not capable of doing, Coach Strapping is up with you and doing it with you. So when you ready to show, if the old man ain't shut down, that's motivation for you to keep on going. I'm going to encourage
Right.
you to keep on going. Because when I say, look, coach, you better not let me outwork you, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? And that little competitive nature, it them the ability and understand like, well, if I could work with coach played at a higher level, and I could do the same things that he's doing, and what he pushing me to do, he doing, I can respect that.
Right.
He sweat. You know what I mean? Like I know for a fact, man, like that made a difference for me coming up. You know, when Coach Levy came over, Martin, he would practice with. You know what I'm saying? So that gave me a whole nother level of respect for him, because when I was huffing and puffing and holding on to my knees and he was telling me not to hold on to my knees and stand straight up, he was doing the exact same thing, standing straight up. If the old man was standing straight up and the old man needed knowledge, I was doing what the old man was doing, trying to outwork the old man. So
Right.
he said, and I'm dying on my knees. I'm like, how he's standing doing the same thing that I'm doing? It gave me the motivation and encouragement to be able to know that it can be done. And the same thing
Okay.
that's all the same thing now.
Okay. All right. So I guess we almost at the tail end, hopefully with the tail end of pandemic, COVID. Can you tell me how that affected your organizations, or even if it did affect your organization? If so, how did it impact it?
So as far as the organization you talking about, as far as COVID,
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
all right. So this crazy, right? Because I actually began this organization during COVID, due to the fact that Positive Minds, Positive Movement is an enrichment program that instructs individuals life skills and other mediums to achieve various careers and professions in life, right? This was all predicated and brought to the table due to the fact that individuals from a set stuck in COVID. COVID is a tremendous change of our life. This is trauma that we're dealing with, even realizing it. Your life has changed completely. So with COVID coming into effect, I'm like, all right, you go to the gyms, you can't, there's so many things that you can't do. There's so much that can be done. You can be outside. So with it having individuals outside to work out, it's mind, body, and soul all in one. Because for all right, we're encouraging individuals to understand that, all right, this too shall pass. So in these individuals and understanding that this too shall pass, you know, it give me an opportunity to say, all right, this can be done. Individuals are looking for something for their kids to do. So I started up when we started up with the in COVID through, I say March started. I had maybe one or two kids outside. The basketball of it died off for maybe 2 weeks. But once we were able to make adjustments from the standpoint of scheduling and times and school and stuff with rent, it did this. We were able to do this. We were able to go at a higher rate for basketball operations to growing our first AAU organization, adding that piece to it from just training. Then also there's affiliated with FAST and the James Parlow, the Grind League, which is a high school league that been implemented in the city as well. So there's a lot of things that has been up due to the fact that we took advantage of the space that was given from different avenues, you know, as opposed to now waiting on it. But it has challenge for the whole overall piece when implementing into the school and implementing into the judicial and things of that nature. just having those sit downs, just having those meetings, those individuals weren't always available, So I would
Right.
have to call this one to call this, and I'm like, let's just get the work done. We doing the work. Come on now, like
Oh yeah,
we
you don't
trying
feel
to
like
be
doing all
this
the politics.
resource to help out, in whatever way we can. Even with I even went over to brother, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Gallagher, introduce the program with them, from a behavior health standing, and also from both spiritual, the mental, and the encouragement side of things, So it's a lot of things that affected, but like I look at everything from the standpoint of everything happened the way that it's supposed to happen in the time that it's supposed to. So it was a lot of seed planted through COVID. Now we've been watering all through COVID, baby. We ready for this harvest, man. We ready for this harvest, man.
For sure, for sure. All right. So let's talk about you started these camps. You started this nonprofit organization. Let's talk since you just talked about the athletic camps. Let's stick with those for right now. Can you talk about if somebody wanted to start their own athletic camp, be it baseball, football, basketball, whatever they want to do? You're gonna talk about the do's and the don'ts, which you do creating and running an organization like that.
I mean, have a plan. That's the that's the biggest advice that I can give anyone. You know what I mean? Like it took for me to find out that not having a plan is planning to fail. So with anything and everything I've started, I've always had a plan in starting. And with this plan was placed and I didn't said I did the New Orleans Sports School, I did the mental health piece. I was an executive in both avenues. So now Minds Positive Movement Fast Academy is all in one. That whole wraparound services from both sides, sports and the mental health aspect. But as far as starting something and moving forward to it, I've had individuals tell me, like, man, you crazy, man. You walk away from a 6-figure job to go try and help individuals that don't want help themselves. You losing your mind. And I tell them all the time, man, it's bigger than me. It's much bigger than me. My mindset is I'm spiritually rich at this moment to where as though when I put my mind to it, it has to be done. I won't until it's done. And I'm at that point right now. I won't stop. So positive minds, positive movement is being able to play worldwide. We're promoting positivity in every community until we have positive movement in every, like, you hear respect, belief, and wisdom coming from everyone. Like that's really what my ultimate goal is for this organization, because it's necessary, man. They told us the kids are the future, man. So to get back to the actual question, if an individual wants to start something up, understand that the kids are the future. And if you're working for the kids to train the kids, you got to be able to understand that the wisdom and knowledge that you obtain, you got to be able to use it yourself. And use that knowledge yourself, you could be able to take success and show others success, not pass it on. But it ain't gonna be no easy task because if it was easy, everybody will be doing it, man.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
to kill it, to it all off, like make sure you plan and understand. Like this has been a process. Like I said, this is something I've been doing my whole life and I didn't even realize it. Even with playing ball, it ties down to this. I played ball to learn how to coach. I was a coach on the field. You know what I mean? Now I consider myself a life coach and an advocate of the community. Trying to help others that I don't know, and I find myself helping others that I don't know more than possibly even in my own household, because I've taught them to be so independent. For real, man.
Wait,
For
hold
real.
on. Somebody commented. From Wayne, shout out to Wayne. Thanks for watching the show. Oh, you just saying proud of y'all. I'm proud of you too for watching.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Make sure you like, follow, and share this so we get the message out. Thank you for watching, Wayne. All right, cool. All right, so this is one of since I'm a college professor, I always get this question from my students. Since you started your organizations, do you recommend that they should be get go to school for college degrees, or just get certifications, or do both, or they don't need neither above to achieve what you are doing right now?
I'm gonna tell you like, man, the old saying, knowledge is power, is so true, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would always advise an individual, if you have an opportunity to get out there and learn, to learn. Now, the first thing they give you when you get to any school is a book. Now, if you have enough discipline and obedience with yourself to books that are necessary for your success, and you, yeah, college may not be necessary for you, but of us, such as myself, we need that structure that school offers at a higher standard, be able to understand those conversations with the verb, the verbal and oral communication as you in whatever field you use. Especially in what I'm dealing with, it's more or less you're dealing with individuals. You're dealing with when dealing with people, the more you learn from a book, it's easier for you to identify who you are dealing with in person. But there's like that on the job experience, nothing like that hands on. Like everything up to this point with what I'm doing, what I've done in the past has to do with what I'm doing today. So yes, I graduated Southern of New Orleans with a business, a BA in administration, business administration, um, and a lot of things that I learned there. Yeah, they do apply to what I'm doing now. Be it marketing, from a marketing perspective, be it from just understanding policies and procedures, planning, strategic planning. There's a lot of things that college does give you the awareness of, but the way that you apply it with whatever it is that you do will determine your success. Like I said, the first thing they do when you get to school is give you a book, but if you don't know what book to obtain your knowledge from, you kind of find yourself stuck between a rock and a hard place. So to answer the question for individuals that's stuck between, all right, should I go to college or try and go get my money? I say do both. Go to college while you go ahead and get your money, because the schooling behind
Exactly.
the money will give you the advantage over the individual who's just getting the money without the schooling. I mean, it's worked for me up to this point, and all I say very so often. Hey, I was a graduate of Brother Martin High School.
We put that up there. You know what I'm saying? Go Crusaders. You know what I'm saying?
For real. You know?
All right. So, building your organizations or you throughout the career, did you have any roadblocks? If so, you want to explain them?
Anything and everything, nothing easy, baby. But with my mindset, man, those roadblocks to me were learning lessons. Everything I've learned on a run, I've learned on the job, on the experience, firsthand, it's extremely valuable. So when you say, okay, well, I feel one of the most valuable lessons that you like, the most valuable lesson that I've learned is believing in myself, because there's been multiple times to where I've been like, man, all right, I don't know which direction they're going, but I go right back to my script. And when I go right back to my script, which is actually my plan put me right back to be at. So that's why I tell any individual in whatever it is that they do, make sure you got a plan. Because in which adjustments can be made and will be made through the time being changed and, you know, adversity that comes in building an empire. So with those adjustments being made, I still go back to my plan to make those adjustments. But if I ain't have a plan, or where to adjust that.
Cool. That's what's up. All right. So tell me this. You out here in the career world, you out here making this money on gold, silver level in your previous job, making six figures. You transition to start these multiple organizations. When did it click that that you made the right decision on jumping from the corporate world into this nonprofit organization?
What you mean when it clicked? Still waiting on the click.
You know what I'm saying?
No, man. Like honestly, man, like the like our core mission, bro. Like it's to honor God and reduce the incarceration of minorities. Like I say this, and I say this humility. Like our job as individuals is to lead and take care of the future is our kingdom, the Lord. With me understanding that my mission is to honor God and reduce the incarceration rate of minorities off of the talents that He's equipped me with, I truly believe I've made the right decision walking away from 160 grand. I truly believe that because I know for a fact His word is what I can stand on. His word say never leave you or forsake you. He's got me this far. You know what I mean? He's given me the opportunity to be able to envision what He asked for. And like I said, you know, I'm at a point in my life to where I truly feel it. You think you could change the world, huh? And I'm gonna look at you with a straight face and say,
"Yeah." That's what's up. All right.
So with that click occurred with just like that, man. With on how understanding how I want to be remembered, understanding how I want to be remembered, helping me get to my purpose. And the way that I want to be remembered is as a man of God who speaks and little on opinions, you know, who was an advocate of the community, and you know, at the end of the day, was always there with open arms to live, to give advice from fact and not opinion.
All right. So let me ask you this. So how's that work-life balance doing this now? And I also got another question. I gotta ask you this. How did your wife like this decision?
You said life, you said work balance and wife. I
Oh,
told
my
you
bad.
I walked away from you said I told you I walked away from hefty salary, a hefty that I was getting. It's challenging. But once again, I know for a fact there's nothing in life worth having that's not challenging. You know, so yeah, of course there was some hiccups. You know, like what do you mean you're going crazy? When I say some people say you're going crazy, those are the people I'm talking about. You're going crazy. What you mean? So what we supposed to do? I said, man, just be cool, man. Lord got us, man. Lord got us. Lord got us. I said he got fault. Like don't trip, man. The Lord got us, man. Wasn't an easy one.
It wasn't easy. Okay. I respect that. I respect that. That is hilarious. So all right. So tell me this. What was the hardest part? Can you hear me?
No, one more time.
I said, all right. So what was the what was the biggest mistake you ever made in your career, or in your business, or I should say organizations? And how did you bounce back from that?
16. So basically saying is, have I ever been denied? What? Say it again.
No. The question is number. Actually, it's number. What question it is? Actually, it's number 6. No, well, actually, it's not. Like, can you hear me
You
now?
have
You can hear me?
a
All right.
bad
So,
connection very much, Jared.
okay. So, actually, this. So,
Let me see something.
have you had any? Have you ever made any big mistakes in your career or running your organizations? If so, how did you bounce back from it? Hold on. You can hear me?
All right, now run it.
I was saying this is the first time ever using cell phones to communicate. So, I was saying, what was the biggest mistake you ever made in your career or running your organizations, if any? If so, what was it? How did you bounce back from it?
Okay.
There we go. You can run it now.
So issues in the organization and how you bounce. You gotta understand my mindset. It's a positive mindset. So that I practice what I preach with under that, all right, there will be hiccups, there will be issues. Nothing will be peaches and cream, especially in this time and age, especially with being a young black man attempting to do things bigger than myself. You know, in the process of, I ran against I ran against 9 in the books. You know, I've always expected, you know, the unexpected to be done in one form or fashion. So the adversity of corporate world is a business, you know, it's just adverse life that I've been prepared for. And, you know, I've still been able to find success even through those mishaps. And it's not many that I can say that I've had, you know, from a standpoint of it being a roadblock being there long I can fix a flat. You know, I've always had an opportunity, and the Lord's always provided a door to be able to advance in what it is that I'm attempting to accomplish, because our work is glorifying Him. And as long as I glorify Him, He has an opportunity to be glorified through as well. So the adversities are expected. That's really what I thrive off of. You know, like you say I can't do it, I smile at you and say, "Come on, let's just." I ain't gonna tell you that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. You know, like from this as well. You know, with getting started, with getting to where we are right now, we've had opportunity to be into the juvenile system. We've had a couple of encounters at the juvenile system. We've had a couple of encounters with a few schools. Martin Luther King is one of the schools that we will be partnering coming in this upcoming school year. We're working on a few more schools. We're doing a few camps and things throughout the summer. So there's a lot that is occurring even through the hiccups through COVID. And like I said, the COVID hiccups, really hiccups. It's just learning curves of a growing business. It's
Right.
nothing gonna be peaches and cream. You know, if you're a truck driver, guess what? You can rock it and roll, and then guess in 3 or 4 months, you're gonna have the money in that truck. However you look at it. So any business, you know, those same hiccups are expected. It's like an oil change. I
Okay.
understand that.
Gotcha. All right. So can you tell me, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So can you tell me about how it is trying to set up a nonprofit organization? Because I know don't you have to have like a board and people you have to answer to when you set up a nonprofit organization?
Yes. Yes. So with
Let's
a
talk about that.
nonprofit organization, you do have to have quite a few people backing. Board members can fall from anywhere to 3 to 7 board members. Then from that point, the organizational chart runs down to every individual that may possibly have say so or of the organization or running the organization, from the CEO down to the HR director, marketing director. I mean, there are plenty of jobs within the organization itself, but on ground level, quite naturally, the guy who wore many hats played multiple positions up to this point, but we're not at the point right now of delegating and having individuals in place with some of those tasks, because we're getting the traction that has been expected. Moving will be soon. Lord says the same, blessed with a actual location, because now we're really running out of Nord locations. We're
Okay.
working out of Nord locations, and the plan was to do it that way from the sporting aspect, and us being a resource for the fundamentals to be implemented in New Orleans recreational sports. So
Okay.
that's why Nord people like, all right, well, shoot, they have the facilities, they have the kids, they're in the community. We're working in the community. When we came up, the communities consisted of the schools, the churches, and the playgrounds, the places that we're attacking, the schools, the churches, and the playgrounds. So we're going back to the basics with everything that we're doing to introduce the fundamentals of whatever it may be.
Cool. All right. We've been running for almost an hour, so I got like 2 more questions for you. Um, since you're a person of color, especially a black man in this country, have you ever dealt with any issues being denied or being turned away or somebody discriminating you just because of the color of your skin?
I missed the last piece. I know you said what I do and stuff like that.
I was saying, have you ever been, since you're a person of color, have you ever been discriminated against?
Well, I did attend Brother Martin High School. I attended Nickel State University. I played in Green Bay. I played in Boys. I played in Toronto. I played in Edmonton. So with that being said, I'm gonna let you answer that.
So you'd have felt it on every level, from high school, college to professional.
Now, this is what I want to know. This is what I want you to understand when it comes down to discrimination. Right? Like, I carry a standard of respect being displayed and received. And I worked at Royal Honda for three and a half years. 3.5 years, I was one of the top salesmen over there. And that was a very challenging place at times. But like I said, I demand a level of respect in which I give. So
Mm.
even in situations that may be discriminative to others, God has always given me the ability and the gift with words able to iron things out. I've actually had individuals that spent plenty of dollars with me in front of me. Are all you all like this? Like, oh, you all like this? What do you mean?
What?
No, Phil, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying, but come on now, don't do me like that. But
Right.
but with it being said, it's more or less for me. I demand the respect by giving respect. So even from a discriminative standpoint, I don't ponder on it because a lot of times, if it is something that is discriminative, it was already expected.
I got you.
It was already expected. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I've been discriminated against. You know, does it stop me from doing, you know, my duty? Does it stop me from and veers me off of my focus? Maybe once or twice. But
right. I mean, once we
know,
come from where we come from, we used to like we just shrug it off and like, yeah, whatever, okay, just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Let me ask you, do I don't know if he was in high. I don't know if he was at high Brother Morton yet. But do you remember when it was announcing the O.J. Simpson verdict? You was at Brother Morton then?
I just came right after that.
Oh, you just came right up, man.
Hey,
Look,
but I can only I can
so
only even check this out. I can only being a crusader. I can only imagine being a crusader during our last president.
right, yeah.
I could only imagine.
Right. But you know, there's more African Americans there now than when we was there.
Oh, definitely. I walked in.
Yeah.
I kid you not. And I walked in, introduced the program, and I was like, wow, I could really, truly stick my side and stay. I was one of the trailblazers that have individuals even look towards Brother Martin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everybody, Saint of, man. Come over here. Come check this out, man.
Right.
You know, they got this stuff going over here, and you get a taste of the real world early.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Early.
Because up to that point, I went to a predominantly mostly all black school, co-ed. When I got to Brother Martin, it was a total different experience. It's a rude awakening. I think somebody need to experience that earlier than later.
Definitely. And the crazy part about it, that's the kind of stuff that we look for our kids now.
Right.
Like
exactly.
The same things that we hated. Because I know when I came to Brother Martin, I thought Mama hated me. I'm like, what you doing this to me for? Like, you don't know what I gotta go through.
Yes.
And I thank her every day. I thank her to this day. You know what I mean? It's given me the opportunity to be the man that I am. You know, and understand. You know, real structure, real value. You know, the small things that you don't even realize play a integrate role. You know, even now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because we pretty much the friends you had at Brother Martin pretty much should be the same friends as you have now. It built like a real brotherhood amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? It'd be real tight. I just gotta talk. I just gotta talk about the O.J. Simpson thing. I just gotta talk about it one time. So during I think it was the lunchtime or a free period or whatever like that. So they was about to make the announcement. So what they did was they put it on a PA system. You know what I'm saying? Live, right?
Live.
Live.
Ah.
So everybody waiting for the verdict. You know what I'm saying? So they talking through everything. Announced that he found now guilty. So we had our own little section in the cafeteria. We had our tables or whatever. And you just hear this big yeah. And throughout the cafeteria, it was 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Some people was happy. Some people was like, wow, I can't believe that happened. So I must say on that day, I was happy for once there was that a person of color was found out guilty. You know what I'm saying? With the evidence against
right?
them, like, you know what I'm saying, stacked against them. It was a proud moment. It was crazy. I wish we had cell phones during that time. I would like to record that reaction. But they did have some faculty members that were pretty upset. But I would say everybody was respectful during that time. So like you said, I could imagine on the
it wasn't as it is now.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. Like I would like to know how it was during these previous years. But we digress on that. All right.
Right,
we digress. You know what I'm saying? But Martin is one of those schools that if you go there, you have a lot of friends, great culture, great brotherhood. Of course, we're not bashing the other schools. It's just not on our level. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It is what it is. But please tell the people where they can follow you at all your social media outlets and what's your website, and I'll post it at the bottom of the screen.
Say it again.
I said, tell them what's your social media handles.
You sound like you got somebody coming behind you as you speak in the mic or something. Breaking up.
Hold on.
Whether I see myself.
What's the social media? Hold on.
Okay, yeah. So that's the IG page. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fast Football NOLA, you can Fast Football NOLA for training information and things of that nature. Also Fast Basketball Academy and on move_ of every morning. I post on there just to get us up in a positive setting, encouraging word type of deal. It's considered to be a daily blessing that I put on there every morning or every day. There's something on be able to deal with the encounters. So, try to touch as much as possible from a positive perspective. And also, I don't have no problem with my phone number on there. If anyone contact me, reach out and get some more information and see about, us possibly partnering together, seeing our organization come to you, our life coaches and things of that nature come in and introduce our hands. Have a problem with that. My direct is 502-889-6004. Once again, 502-889-6004 is my direct line. You shoot me on a text, phone, whatever. We're just trying to make it, man. Trying to put it out as much as possible for what it is that we're doing. Trying to bring our community back together as a whole, and just encouraging and enriching individuals on a consistent basis.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you all follow, like, and share this video. Share the message. Make sure you click that button and subscribe so you can get the alerts whenever we go live. I appreciate y'all for following or talking. Oh, we got one last comment. Hold on one second. What's this? Oh, Amber Taylor. A shout out to her. She's giving us 2 thumbs up.
Appreciate you, ma'am. That's my wife.
Oh, yeah, it's your wife. All right, shout out. What's going on? Gotta shout out the wife. All right, happy wife, happy life.
That what they say.
For sure. All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Well, actually, in a couple of weeks, about to take a vacation next week. So I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Enjoy the summer. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night. Peace.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate you, brother. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.